What's up everybody, I'm Vick Almighty. Welcome back to another Shoe Care Academy. For today's project, we got the 2025 Chicago Jordan 1s. This right here is a timeless colorway, whether it's on the high top or low top sneaker. 100 years from now, everybody's still gonna be rocking this shoe. In this video, I'm gonna show you guys how to clean this shoe up inside and out without damaging the sneaker. I'm honestly not too worried about it. The one thing I am concerned with is the red leather. The leather on this shoe seems very high quality, it's nice and soft. However, some of the red leather that they've been using on recent retros has been bleeding a lot. When I start cleaning the shoe, I'm gonna be watching out for that to make sure the red doesn't bleed onto the white. So in this video, we're gonna find out if the shoe bleeds and the best way to clean up the sneaker. So let's get to work. Now for before and after purposes, I'm gonna take the left shoe to the side and only focus on the right. Next, I'm gonna take it apart. That means I'm gonna take out the shoelace and insole to clean those up separately. Trust me, you never wanna clean up a shoe with the laces still intact. You're just not really doing a good job if you do so. Freaking Robert, he does not know how to take off a size tag. Now he's got a big old square right there. Now for this specific shoe, I don't think it needs to go in the washing machine, so we are gonna be using our Reshoevn8r Essential Shoe Cleaning Kit. We're gonna need all three brushes, soft, medium, and stiff to do this cleaning correctly. It also comes with our 4-ounce bottle of solution and a microfiber towel. With all those tools, we're gonna get a great cleaning. We're also gonna be using our dry rack and bowl combo, our mat, and our shoe tree to get this cleaning done right. Now for this cleaning, there's gonna be two parts, the prep work and the actual cleaning. We're gonna start with the prep work. That means all over the shoe, there's a bunch of surface dust, grime just sitting on there. No matter what the shoe is, with any cleaning, you wanna do some prep work. That means you're gonna grab the soft bristle brush or medium bristle, dry as is, no water or solution. You're gonna hit the entire shoe to remove all that surface dust. You'll see what I mean in just a second. On the toe box, it's pretty dirty. What I don't want to do is grab solution and water and start brushing it in. All that's going to happen is that stuff's going to go deeper into the material and not really cleaning it up. All right, good to go with that step. Not a huge difference. The leather all around is still covered in stains, but at least I know the surface dust is completely off. I'm going to put this brush to the side for now. We'll come back to it. I'm going to grab our shoe tree next, adjust it to the size, and put it inside the shoe. This will help with a couple of different things. For one, a Jordan 1 is notorious for creasing. You can see some right there. This will help eliminate it during the cleaning and drying process. Moving forward with this cleaning, we're gonna grab our 4-ounce bottle of solution and squirt 2 squirts inside our bowl of water. 2 squirts is all you need. Now, typically, I would just grab the soft bristle brush and start cleaning up the upper. What I'm gonna do instead is, I'm gonna mix up the water and solution just to make sure the solution is mixed all around with the water. And before I start cleaning up the shoe with the brush, I'm gonna grab our microfiber towel. I'm gonna dip a little bit inside, and on the inside of the sneaker, specifically right here, I'm gonna test the red to see if it bleeds. This will give me an indication to see how I should go about the actual cleaning. Kind of scrubbing a little bit, not too hard where it's gonna cause damage, but just enough to maybe cause some bleeding if it bleeds. 0 bleeding, that's good news. I'm gonna try a little bit more just to make sure. Cool, now we know this shoe does not bleed. This is gonna make the cleaning a lot easier. I'm gonna grab the soft bristle brush and simply start brushing the entire shoe inside and out. I'm gonna brush in a circular motion, back and forth, back and forth. The idea is to get all these grime marks completely off. If I do see some bleeding, I'm gonna stop right away. I don't wanna get any of that red dye onto the tongue. It just causes more work. The upper on this shoe is looking great, but I'm not done yet. I'm gonna focus on the tongue now. It's a little dirty, that's why I saved it for last. I wanna give it a good scrub. And with these things, you make sure you wanna get the back. It makes no sense to just do the front. Now I'm almost done with the upper. Since the shoe isn't going in the washing machine and I did oversaturate this tongue, you wanna make sure you get it as dry as possible before you put it next to a fan or outside. What happens is, sometimes the water and solution contain dirt that's trapped inside the tongue. If you don't remove it all, once it fully dries, you're gonna get some weird markings. You're gonna have to go back and re-clean it. Looking good. Now the next brush we're gonna be using is the medium bristle brush. I'm not really too worried about the uppers. Everything for the most part cleaned up nicely. The one thing you do wanna take care of with any Jordan 1 or any sneaker that contains white stitching, you wanna go back and make sure it's as white as possible. It's a minimal detail, but it makes a big difference at the end. The stitching right now is a little dingy. I can get it a little cleaner. All right, cool, I'm happy with that. Now, most of the time with the medium bristle brush, I also take care of the midsole. Now in this case, since the midsole and the sole are just one single rubber piece, I'm not gonna waste my time with the medium bristle brush. I'm gonna go straight to the stiff bristle brush. With this one, you do wanna apply pressure. You wanna brush in all different directions, move the shoe around until the sole is as clean as possible. Since the majority of soles, especially these Jordan 1s, have a ton of crevices and grooves, you wanna make sure you take your time on this step. Usually to get these perfectly clean, it takes me anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. So the white rubber midsole is going back to white. But that doesn't mean I'm done. So you can see on the stitching all around, it's still a little dingy. Let's go back one more time. All right, don't mind the fit change. I was getting freaking hot cleaning up these soles. Now, the last time this shoe came out was in 2016. Honestly, I vividly remember that shoe sitting along with the Royals. Nobody wanted them. They sat everywhere. Years later, they were reselling for about $600 to $700. That was insane to me. That wasn't even a good release. They used terrible materials. It was a bad shape. In my opinion, the 2025 overall shape is a lot better. Same thing with the materials. They even went with a bigger swoosh to replicate the OG look. The problem with this shoe though is the swoosh could have been bigger. This is not big enough. They were in the right direction, but in my opinion, they fell a little short. This cleaning is all wrapped up. All I have to do is let it dry. Before we do that though, we gotta take care of the insole and the shoelace. Quick, easy stuff you don't wanna skip. Let's put this brush to the side. Jump back to the soft bristle brush. It's really not that bad, but I'm gonna give it a good scrub all around. Same thing with the shoelace, just to make sure everything's perfectly cleaned up. Now, like I mentioned, the 2016 version sat for the longest time. Didn't go for much money at all until they resell for like about $600 plus. The 2025s at the moment are sitting. You can still get them for retail. I can see in a few years, that shoe will definitely resell for some good money. It's a Chicago colorway, great materials all around. There's no reason why it wouldn't. Probably the smart thing to do right now is to buy these for cheap, put them in a storage unit, forget about them. In a few years, come back to them. Maybe they'll be reselling for $600 plus, but don't call me on that. This is not financial advice. Let's finish it up with the shoelace. Again, it's a black shoelace. You can't tell that it's dirty, but trust me, it's dirty. No matter what, if it's a black shoelace, you still gotta clean it. This cleaning is complete. Let's put these outside to dry. When you live in Arizona, shoes always dry just like that. In just a second, we'll talk about this shoe. Let's go ahead, put the insole inside and lace it up. Real quick, let me show you guys that insole. Back to white, except for that square. That's why you wanna remove the size tag every single time. I'm pretty stoked. This was an easy cleaning. I get to go home early as soon as I'm done with this video. Let's talk about this shoe. This shoe can 100% go in the washing machine. None of these materials are delicate. I scrubbed the hell out of the shoe back and forth, all around. There was zero bleeding from the red. So with that being said, in the future, if you guys have this shoe that's completely disgusting inside and out, covered in odors, you can put it in the washing machine with our Sticker laundry system and you'll get some great results. For this specific pair, I was able to get these great results just by using our Essential Shoe Cleaning Kit. The trick though was using all 3 brushes. You gotta use a soft, medium, and stiff to get these great results. You can't just use one brush. The soft bristle brush is amazing on the uppers. However, you'd be wasting your time trying to use it on the soles. The stiff bristle brush does magic on the soles. Never try it on the uppers, you'll completely destroy them. All 3 brushes are required and you can find everything at Reshoevn8r.com. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. This is Vick Almighty. I'll catch you guys on the next one. See you guys.